Good morning, my name is David Phelps. I'm the Retail Marketing Manager for Consumer Monitors. We're here today to talk about the full lineup, but specifically 3 models that we've brought to show. First will be our Series 3 product, then we'll move down to Series 5, and ultimately our UHD flagship product for 2014. Starting with Series 3, this is a model we expect to do a lot of volume on. The first call out will be the design. It's a glossy black design with an indigo touch of color around the outside. If you're familiar with Samsung, we've had touch of color products in our televisions for the last 5 to 7 years. This is kind of a new iteration of it, light bluish green. You can see when you get up closer, but it really adds a nice accent to it. We'll also have a sister model to this series, which will be white with the same indigo touch of color. So we haven't launched a white model in the US in roughly 3 years, so it's a pretty exciting new design feature for us. Additional callouts on the design for this model, you'll see a crystal neck with the same blue indigo. This kind of gives it a floating design. It's just a different sort of design feature from other brands. And then you'll see the teardrop Samsung logo, which is similar to our TV designs from 2013. Speaking specifically about the monitor, it's Full HD 1080p, VGA and HDMI input. So this is something we expect to do a lot of volume on. We think it has everything the consumers are looking for. And the last major call out is it's a PLS panel, which is Samsung's version of IPS technology. So this provides a 178-degree viewing angle, something that consumers are really migrating to now in the monitor space. Next up is our 27-inch Series 5 product. You can see, compared to the last model we just looked at, this has a very unique design. This is the first time we've brought this sort of design element to the market. Not only is it very modern looking, but it's also a pretty big space saver on a desk. The only pieces that are obviously touching are just this skinny bar. So what we've seen in some certain mock-ups that we've done, we've put speakers, external speakers here, really not causing you any extra desk space. And then this is the thinnest bezel that we've launched in the US as well. So it's about 10 millimeters thinner than our similar design or similar bezel from last year in this series of product. This is also 1080p, available in 24 and 27 inch. The difference with this is 2 HDMI and VGA. Because it's a more premium product, we added the second HDMI. And then also the VGA. We consume more than half the consumers that purchase monitors are still using VGA. So it's important for that input to still be included. And we include a VGA cable in the box still, as opposed to HDMI. This is a 28-inch. This will be the only UHD retail model that we launch. We'll also, still determining, but we'll end up launching probably 4 more on the commercial side at significantly higher price points than this model here. Some of those were on display. This and some of those were on display at CES. But for those, you're talking like upwards of $1,500 to $2,000. So like very, very high-end a market. But we wanted to have something aggressively priced at retail because we know some of our competitors are going to be in a similar space. So again, this is a 28-inch UHD. The model number is U28D590. The retail price will be $699, and we'll have a promotion to frequent promotion at $599. So you can see it's kind of a similar design to the Series 5 that we just talked about with the new base that we're incorporating. This has a 1 billion color support, so we haven't had a model previously that was 1 billion color support. It's 1 millisecond response time. There's 2 cool picture features. There's picture-in-picture, which is pretty normal, or pretty common, I should say. And then we also have picture-by-picture. So you can actually hook up, for example, 2 towers. If 2 people are working together, or 2 notebooks, and the screen will split down the middle, and you can actually work side by side from 2 different sources. So what we're seeing in that is kind of in the graphic design, these types of people that are really looking at the ultimate picture quality. You can actually have 2 things next to each other to kind of compare. So you'll see on the inputs on the back, there's 2 HDMI and then DisplayPort as well. And this model will come with an HDMI cable and a DisplayPort cable. But we really think last year the push was kind of was to touch, but touch didn't really take off the way most of the display manufacturers had hoped. So you're seeing most brands kind of migrate to UHD. We're also going to be launching I think at least 15 UHD TV models, which are obviously we expect to do tremendously well based on our TV pedigree. So we're going to try to do a lot of cross-category marketing with the TV folks to kind of really push Samsung UHD. We want Samsung obviously to be the brand that people think of when they think of UHD. So we can also supply, Rachel, we can supply a list of graphics cards and other things that are required to push the full 4K content. It is pretty specific, but this also will upconvert standard content into 4K. So we're pretty excited about not only having a UHD model, but having one at a price point that doesn't really scare customers off. And based on some of the competitive pricing we've seen, we're right in the same general area.